friends, Mrs. A here with another book to share with you, and I am so incredibly excited that I am able to share Our Green City with you. Special thanks to Kids Can Press, who allowed me to share this book with you all, and of course the author and illustrator Tanya, Lloyd, and Colleen Lamore. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that I have created a craft connected to this book because it is one that is so near and dear to my heart. And if you go onto my Instagram, you'll find the craft that you too can do at home with your family or on your own if you'd like. And I absolutely adore this book because it talks about a beautiful, green, eco-friendly city and asks us some really interesting and engaging questions and shows us some stunning illustrations with tons of detail and incredible examples of how we can be really kind to our earth, really good stewards and people who take care of our environment. Now, before we get started, make sure you've hit that red subscribe button so you'll hear about all the other books I share in the future. And now, let's enjoy Our Green City together. Again, it's by Tanya, Lloyd, and Colleen Lamore. Our Green City. Good morning. Welcome to Our Green City. There are trees and flowers everywhere. Being green means we take care of all living things, people, plants, and animals too. Can you wave at our neighbors? Now there are lots of examples of people and plants and animals on these pages. But I'm curious, do you also wave at your own neighbors in your own neighborhood? That's a small way we can help take care of each other. If you haven't done it yet today, I want to encourage you to wave to somebody in your neighborhood or say good afternoon or how are you? When it's time for school, work, or play, people move around in many ways. We drive, scooter, catch the bus, take the train, or ride our bikes. How many wheels can you count? There are lots and lots on these pages. Do you have a favorite way to get around? Riding your scooter or taking a bus? There are so many different ways we can travel. A rain garden collects a morning shower. The pebble stream whisks away extra water, but there's still some left for splashing. Who is hiding from the raindrops? I love how we are invited to look closely at all of these pictures and see all of the incredible creatures or people that may be hiding in the pages. Even when the breeze is cool, solar panels catch the sun. Pipes gather heat from underground. Windmill blades turn above the hill. There are all sorts of ways to power our green city. Let's play outside. What should we do on this windy day? Have you ever seen any of these examples of how we make energy? Solar panels, windmills, geothermal heating and cooling. Those are underground, so maybe you haven't seen them, but maybe you've heard of them. These are all ways that we could help keep our environments comfortable for us, climate controlled, we call it, like an air conditioner or a heater, but ways that have less of an impact on the environment and don't use or burn any fossil fuels which pollute our air. These backyard farmers feed their hens and tend the beehives. Their flower beds are bright and sweet, attracting bees, birds, and butterflies. Can you spot a special visitor sipping from the zinnias? Do you keep a garden or grow any vegetables? It is another wonderful way that we can care for our environment. Not only does keeping a garden help care for animals and insects, but it also helps care for us. If we keep a garden, we often feel more comfortable, happier, less stressed, and more connected to the earth. Gardens are really cool. A city can be green inside and out. While this creative bunch makes lunch, peek around their space. Can you find 5 different vegetables and 5 types of fruit? Do you have a favorite fruit or vegetable? Taking care of our bodies and taking care of our family and friends by eating well is another way we care for our community. Truck driver, shopkeeper, urban planner, engineer, lots of people work together to make a green city. Do you see ways that you can help? How would you like to help make your own neighborhood or city more green or more eco-friendly? What gets you excited? What are you interested or curious about? In our green classroom, we plant seeds and watch our flowers grow. We build and paint, we count and create. Some days we learn things on the run, but quiet and still are also fun. Can you spot something fast and something very slow? We'll have new neighbors soon. Their building has a courtyard where the kids can play and a garden on the roof. Leafy trees keep everything shady and cool. Uh-oh, a worker has lost her hammer. Can you see it anywhere? Now, you may have trouble finding these small images through this video, and that's okay. As I mentioned, you can always grab this book from your library or from the link in my description. This is such a fabulous book to have at home in your own collection. A green city has many places to explore. There are tree forts and tiny libraries, sandboxes and splashing fountains. While these kids are spinning, swinging, and climbing, who is peeking from the tree? Do you see any creatures or insects hiding on those trees? They are almost camouflaged, blending into their surroundings. They might be tricky to spot. People buy food at farmers markets and neighborhood shops. We grow our favorites in community plots. Everyone's eager to trade and share. There's a bit of extra space in our garden. What would you plant there? What do you think we should plant in this open plot? Is there anything that you notice is missing or something that you'd really like to grow and share? A community garden is a great way to trade and share yummy and wonderful treats. There's also something called a buy nothing group in a lot of neighborhoods around the United States. Maybe you can ask your grown-ups about buy nothing groups that are often found through Facebook. And they are groups of people in your own community who are eager and willing to share what they have with you if you need it, and ask sometimes for things that you may have that you don't need anymore. It's a really wonderful way to connect with your neighbors and share and get things that you may need. Shh! Can you hear the trickle of water? Sometimes green cities can be blue. A heron hides among the reeds, and frogs hop along the banks. Who else lives in and around this stream? Do you notice who else lives in and around the stream? Streams and ponds bring lots of life to the areas they're in. There's a block party tonight. Neighbors barbecue, share music, and pass the ball down the street. Score! You're invited to the party too. What games will you play? Do you see a favorite game in this illustration? Maybe your favorite game is missing and you'd like to bring it to your neighborhood or community. There are so many ways to play. Good night, city. It's time to sleep. The lights are dimmed and the house is quiet. The streets are still. Almost. Can you dream of a green tomorrow? More Ways to Be Green. Now, I said I love this book for so many reasons, and another is that it gives you more tips and ways that you can be green and eco-friendly and take care of your neighborhood and community and environment. And that is why I would absolutely recommend you grab Our Green City for yourself. And you can share it with your neighbors, maybe in a free little library that you have, or you can share it when you have friends over to your house. And maybe you can try some of the ways that they talk about in this wonderful book. I hope you enjoyed Our Green City even half as much as I do. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. And be sure to check it out from my bookshop link or from your own library if you'd like. And make sure you've hit that red subscribe button, because next week I have a very silly story for you called A Book of Rules that I'm really looking forward to sharing. I can't wait to see you next time.